hello there and welcome to the channel, and in particular the 92% of you who haven't subscribed. Consider subscribing. It's absolutely free and it supports our channel more than you will know and enables us to make bigger, better and even more fancy videos in the future. Anyway, in this video we're going to be looking at the pest warnings for August, and do you know what? There's some actually good news for once. Let me tell you all about it. Well, the weather has almost warmed up to a point that one could call it hot. The soil is drying out, and that means that slugs and snails for the most part kind of disappeared back into their shells or under the ground. But it doesn't stop there. There is even more good news, and that is the RHS, that's our Royal Horticultural Society, that's my favourite society, has now classified slugs and snails as no longer being a garden pest. No longer a pest. Wow, that makes my heart sing. Now why would they say that? Let's find out. They say that slugs and snails have an important part in planet-friendly garden and also for maintaining a healthy ecosystem. Slugs are also nature's natural recyclers, and they are also an important food source for animals and birds such as hedgehogs and birds. So this is my opportunity to walk around the garden and just check out some of the amazing recycling that some of these slugs and snails have done in my garden. Come on in. Actually, that's some of the best recycling that I've seen in a long time. And so is this. Look at that, it's brilliant work. So there you have it. I've just shown you some reasons as to why you should appreciate your slugs and snails more, especially the work that they do in the garden. Well, of course, with every argument you need to have it a little bit balanced. So while the RHS is saying these are an underappreciated asset in your garden, I for one will say, what a load of absolute potty mouth. Right, let's balance that good news with some bad news. Let's take a look over here. Yes, yours and my favourite caterpillar pest has finally returned. Now, we've had about 2 to 3 months where we haven't had any damage on the box plants from the box caterpillar moth caterpillar. But in the last couple of weeks, finally, it's returned. Wonderful. So we've had the characteristic fenestration of the foliage, and also the where they take like the epidermis off, which is the top layer of skin of these leaves. This is obvious, and then you open it up and then you've got a little bit of silk tying these things together, make a little cocoon. Now, I don't think there's any in here at the moment because I had a good pick through yesterday. You've got to get on this. Oh, hang on, there's one in there. Oh, look at all that poop. Look at all that poop. So that's all you can really do in the UK is look for the characteristic silk-laden cocoons, find them, remove them, feed them to the birds. But if you're in a country that has very lax restrictions on what you can spray, then you can get the bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis, mix it up, check the dosage, pour it on, and that's actually quite a good product. We can't use it here, there's no license for it, but I understand that this video is watched in many countries. So if you can get it, you're allowed to use it, use that one. Do a little picture of the box, just there. I think it's the first time this year we have actually included a lawn pest, and at the moment as you walk around you can see the yellowing of your grass, and that is characteristic of a root damage from the crane fly larvae, otherwise known as the daddy longlegs. At least it is here in the UK. This is what happens. Also known as leather jackets, these crane fly larvae, they live in the ground, live in the soil, and mooch about for most of the year, and then once it will start coming into the autumn, you'll start seeing the signs, the signature of the grass turning yellow on your lawn. So they do eat some other insects, but mostly these. And then at that point, and I have seen them the last couple of days, they start come out of the soil, start dancing around your face. Very annoying insect, but most of the time they don't do enough damage to really damage the lawn. Quite often it will just grow back as usual. There are no pesticides that you can use for it, but there are some nematodes that you can apply. On the whole, just have to live with that one, I think. Yeah, bloody things. Spiders with wings. Now, something with biting mouth parts have been making an absolute mess on this dahlia. You can see the characteristic notching out of the epidermis, the top layer of the leaf here. But the problem is I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm in between thinking that it might be thrips, although you haven't got the characteristic poops from thrips on there, or it might be a mite, but again you haven't got webbing. I can't see any mites on the underleaf. I mean, what's that, that black thing there? Ooh, that could be it, that could be it. Anyway, not knowing what it is, it's difficult to come up with a biological control, although you can try one of the various organic sprays. But because this is a tree lily, Dahlia imperialis, you know, that's sort of it. That is not going to flower until about November. So there's, oh, look at that, there's a little harvestman stand up there. Can you see that? There he is, little lovely. Because it's not in flower now, you can put down a insecticide, something like Bug Clear Ultra is very good at the moment for mites and everything else. So you can spray it, and you're not going to transfer the active chemical into any pollen or nectar, which will be passed on to beneficial pollinating insects, because there's no flowers there at all. Like this lovely red selected seedling here, and we do have the same characteristic bites here. Then you can't put a insecticide on that, because this is one that does produce, because it's like it's not a single, but it's a double. But you know, insects, pollinating insects, can get access to the pollen, the nectar, and all that, and that will transfer the insecticide from the pollen and nectar into them and kill them off. So you can't apply insecticide to flowering plants. So if it's mite damage, you can put down the predatory mite and bacillus, and that will deal with that. If it's thrips, then you can put down predatory thrips. I mean, there's various other things that the thrips will take, but you need to be able to identify which one it is before you can find out, and I don't know which one it is. So if any of you glasshouse experts out there recognise what that damage is, then let us know in the comments, and then we will then know what treatment to apply. Now, this was something interesting that I saw the other day on a Catinus crocogrea, otherwise known as the smoke bush, and it's like compartmentalised dieback, which I can only kind of imagine is a fungal infection. You often get with these water mobile fungal infections. They the hyphae, or the spores, they can block up the xylem, which is the water transporting parts of the plant, blocks it, water can't get through, and you get this dieback. But it's compartmentalised, like I said. So this looks a bit weird. I haven't seen it before on Catinus, so hopefully it's not a new thing, it might just be some random thing. Why would it be part way up a plant like that? Well, you get sap sucking insects like aphids. They can go from one plant to another plant and transfer these fungal spores in their sap, because they're messy feeders, let's be honest with you. Treatment for it, really just cut it out. You know, don't just cut out where you see it, but you know, go further down, because you don't want that travelling through the rest of the plant. But yeah, a bit of an odd one, hadn't seen that before, but we do seem to be seeing a lot more fungal infections on plants that in previous years, or even decades, have been absolutely robust. Now, this is something horrible that's happening on my Fuchsia boliviana, and I love this plant, and really by now should be in flower, but look at this, you've got this weird leaf distortion, you know, on the new growth coming out, and you might think, Simon, is that not Fuchsia gall mite? Well, no, Fuchsia gall mite's very different. It's got like a hard, undifferentiated growth. It's all a bit of a mess, but this isn't. But it could also be a mite or some description. Anyway, this did get sprayed, got sprayed with my favourite insecticide at the moment, which is Bug Clear Ultra, because it's one of the few insecticides that you can buy in the shop that actually deals with mites. Sprayed it a few weeks ago, and the new growth does seem to be coming through unmolested. So I'm hoping there's a little, no, there's still a little bit of damage on there. I might give that another spray, but I'm hoping it'll sort it out and get some blooms. But an absolute mess it's made of this bloody plant. I love this thing. Oh, weather's changed a bit since I filmed that last piece. Anyway,
I mentioned about Fuchsia gall mite when talking about that Fuchsia boliviana, and you might be thinking, do you know what, I haven't seen any Fuchsia gall mite this year. We might have gotten away with it for once. And no, just recently seen evidence of Fuchsia gall mite starting to come on some people's fuchsias. You'll recognise it if you're not sure of it. It has that sort of lumpy, undifferentiated growth at the tips of your fuchsia plants. I won't go into it now. Can be treated. There are some treatments that you can use, but what I will do is I'll put the link for a video where I'll go into great detail with regards to Fuchsia gall mite. So if you've got it or think you've got it, then this video will show you how to recognise it, how to deal with it. And that could be the last thing, apart from the obvious, apart from your roses and their fungal infections and their aphid infections and every other flipping infections that roses seem to get. Right, going in before we have those away.
So if I'm being completely honest, I haven't really seen an awful lot of insect damage around at the moment for August. I mean, there's barely any aphids around. I don't know what's going on, but doesn't mean that you haven't seen something bad. You know, if you have, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Right, now, just before you go, if you want to see more content, more behind the scenes stuff, and images that I've taken of some weird freaky plants over the years, then you're in luck, because we've created an Instagram page. So you can find the link in our description. You can find the link on our main page, and if I'm clever enough, I might be able to get a link somewhere up there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you want to see more YouTube stuff, then check out this video here. That's quite a good one. And if it doesn't float your boat, then another one right there. And enjoy these while still got the strength, imagination and aptitude to make them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.